In this video we'll see the top 10 harem anime you should watch. I'm 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐞, your guy who always does everything possible to bring you the best anime recommendations. Make sure to stay until the end, because all the enemies on this list are great, but I'm pretty sure when you see the last one you will wonder why you haven't seen this wonderful anime before, and you will run to watch it. Arwazuki Joris, an average high school boy, kind and sincere, like a typical light novel protagonist, or at least that's how he acts, in hopes of attracting the attention of the girls he's interested in. One day, the two girls he's trying to attract sit alone on a bench with him to confess that they are in love with his best friend, and they want him to help them. While he is recovering from this, he gets yet another surprise. An attractive library girl with an annoying attitude reveals that she alone is in love with him, and has been stalking him for some time. Thus begins a twisted romantic comedy, filled with twists and turns, betrayals and manipulations. High School DxD. High school student 𝐸𝐸 is your common pervert, who does nothing productive with his life, peeping on women and dreaming of having his own harem one day. Things seem to be looking up for 𝐸𝐸 when a beautiful girl asks him out on a date. Having never had a girlfriend before, he accepts. The date goes well, until she reveals herself as a fallen angel, brutally killing him. Luckily, Ria's Grammary, the school's beautiful, crimson-haired, sweetheart and high-class devil finds him, and resurrects him to act as her servant devil, and work for her and 3 other devil students in school's occult research club. The club soon stumbles upon mysterious plans and threaten to possibly undermine their lives. Slowly adjusting to his new life, 𝐸𝐸 must train and fight in order to survive in violent world of angels and devils. The hidden dungeon only I can enter. Despite his noble title, Noir Stark is at the bottom of the social hierarchy. Because of this, his fellow nobles oppress him and treat him like garbage. After failing to get a job as a librarian, he has no choice but apply to be a mere adventurer. Fortunately, in a world where every human being is gifted with unique skills, he uses his ability to mentally consult a great sage to help him advance up the ranks of society. One day, the sage directs Noir to a hidden dungeon where he meets Olivia's servant, a legendary heroine imprisoned and asleep in its depths for centuries. Although he cannot release her, Olivia telepathically grants him his characteristic abilities, which allow him to create, edit, and grant his own abilities, at the cost of his own life force. Their amount can be replenished by satisfying desires, whether by indulging in a hearty meal, earning great wealth, or dating pretty girls. Like Emma Brightness, her childhood friend, Lola Melrose, a receptionist at the local adventure guild, and Luna Hila, an elven priestess. Death March, a programmer nearing his stories, is drowning in work. Worn out, he eventually has a chance to catch up on sleep, only to wake up and discover himself in a fantasy RPG world still in his casual clothes, but 15 years younger. With a scream telling him he is currently at level 1 and has a 3-time use scroll called Meteor, Suzuki soon tests out this Meteor scroll, only to watch it accidentally destroy an entire civilization of dragons and gaining untold amounts of experience and loot in an instant. With no idea what he is doing there and enough power so that apparently nothing can threaten him anymore, Suzuki decides that he might as well go on vacation and begins a sightseeing tour around this new world. Now Suzuki and a growing number of companions try to see the sights, while stumbling upon wars between gods and demons, medieval political intrigues and more along the way. And hey, do you like animes where the main character is overpowered? If you do, here is in the right corner of the screen a card to the video I made about top 10 isekai animes with an overpowered main character. Make sure to check it out when you finish this video. Gotombu no Hanayome. Future is a poor and antisocial student. One day, during his lunch break, he argues with a transfer student who claimed his seat. Causing the two to dislike each other. That same day, he gets assigned a tutoring job that pays 5 times the usual amount, that he eagerly accepts, to support his indebted family. Realizing that his future student is 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐞, the girl he faced before, he immediately tries to fix things between them. While undertaking this task, he meets 4 other girls, Ichika, Nino, Miko and 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐞, later revealed to be 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐞 quintuplet sisters, and learns that his true task is to tutor all 5 of them and make sure their failing grades improve and carry them on to graduation, despite their initial discontent with him and complete lack of interest in studying. Meanwhile, in a flash forward to a few years later, Futaro is bound to marry one of the sisters, but with all 5 sisters falling for him throughout his tutoring, which one of them will be his bride? Well, I don't know, but I know that if you want to see more top 10 videos just like this one, you should subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. Let's go. 𝐬𝐭𝐜𝐡 wa smartphone.
お取り込み中すいません。ちょっといいですか？じゃあ。
Tuya is accidentally struck by lightning and killed by God. To make up for it, God gives him the chance to be reborn in a magical world, and also offers him a special favor. Tuya asks that he be allowed to bring his smartphone with him. Starting over in this new world, Tuya finds it is filled with magic, which he has an affinity for, and cute girls wanting his attention. These girls provide him with a multitude of romantic situations, but also companionship while he discovers the secrets of this new world. Monster Musume. With his parents abroad, 𝐬𝐴 lived a quite unremarkable life alone, until the government revealed the existence of monsters to the world. Due to the incompetence of interspecies exchange coordinator, Agent Smith leaves him as homestay caretaker of a lamia named Mia. Over time, Mia ended up falling for him, but due to the laws, if they ever consummate their relationship, she will be sent back to her own country. Things get even more complicated when 𝐬𝐴 starts to attract other girls of various races, resulting in a harem increasingly full of attractions. Rosario, the vampire. Tsukune is an ordinary teenager who can't get into any school because of his bad grades. Completely by accident, his parents inadvertently enrolled him at the Yokai Academy, a school of monsters where they are taught to be human. Before he gets to school, he has a run-in with Mocha. Other than being a little lightheaded, he starts to develop feelings for her. Thing is, every guy on campus is also after her. Fortunately, he is the only one who can remove Mocha's rosary around her neck, turning her into a powerful vampire, although also turning Mocha into an absolute ice cream. As a member of school newspapers club, he is also surrounded by a harem of beautiful and monstrous girls, who continually compete for his attention. Outbreak Company. Shinichi is an otaku that has recently quit his neat face. When he finally gets a job, it's in another world where dragons soar through the skies. His mission is to bring otaku culture, a novelty in the kingdom, to facilitate effective commerce between the 2 countries. To accomplish his mission, he has full support of the Japanese government, as well as Muriel, a half-elf maid, and the princess of the empire, Petralka. Together, with this ragtag bunch, he will overcome the obstacles of politics, social classes, and ethnic discrimination to promote the ways of the otaku in this holy land. Before moving on to the last one on this list, if you want to see more anime content, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It really helps me a lot to bring these videos to you, so thank you very much for support. Campione. The gods and goddess appearing in the legends of mankind since the beginning of time rarely descend to earth. Having lost the restraint of their legends, those gods willfully wander the earth and bring disaster wherever they go. But in this world there are also those comparable to the gods. They are god slayers. While being human, they murder a god and stole part of their secret authorities. These people are called Campione. Kusanagi Godo, a 16-year-old boy, got involved in an adventure and ended up killing a god and becoming the youngest and 7th Campione. Now that he is a Campione, he must defeat the troublemaking gods, and along the way he gets surrounded by several girls, all of whom try and pull him deeper into the world of magic. If you haven't watched this anime before, you should, but just after watching one of these 2 videos, because there you will find great anime recommendations, and I bet you don't want to miss it. This is it for me guys, hope you enjoyed and stay well.